Imagine waking up to memories that aren't yours. Visions of alien worlds so vivid they feel real. This isn't science fiction anymore. It began with isolated cases across the globe, people experiencing identical dreams of distant planets. As scientists dug deeper, they uncovered something extraordinary. These weren't just dreams. They were windows to other worlds. Worlds that needed our help. Worlds that would change everything we thought we knew about reality itself. What if your next dream could save humanity? Subscribe now to uncover the truth behind the most mind-bending discovery of our time. The phenomenon first appeared in late spring of 2047, though no one realized its significance immediately. Across different continents, ordinary people reported remarkably similar dreams. They described walking through crimson forests under twin suns, feeling the texture of crystalline grass beneath their feet. The dreams felt more tangible than any regular nighttime vision. The scents were too distinct, the temperatures too precise, the emotions too raw. Scientists initially dismissed these accounts as mass hysteria or shared cultural influences from popular science fiction media. But when 87-year-old Maria Gonzalez from Buenos Aires and 12-year-old Hiroshi Tanaka from Tokyo independently sketched identical landscapes featuring impossible geometric mountain ranges, researchers took notice. These sketches included minute details such as luminescent rivers flowing uphill and trees with roots extending into the sky, defying all known laws of physics. The sheer volume of similar reports from individuals who had never met or communicated with each other forced the scientific community to reconsider their initial skepticism. In the weeks that followed, social media platforms became flooded with accounts of these shared visions. People described encounters with beings whose forms shifted like liquid light, communicating through patterns of color and sound rather than spoken language. These entities seemed aware of the dreamer's presence, sometimes even acknowledging them directly. Many reported feeling overwhelming sensations of connection and understanding during these encounters, as if their consciousness was being temporarily expanded beyond human limitations. Some dreamers claimed to have received cryptic messages or warnings about impending environmental disasters on both Earth and these distant worlds. The consistency of these experiences across cultures, languages, and geographical locations suggested something far more profound than mere coincidence was at play. Researchers began cataloging these accounts, searching for patterns and commonalities that might explain this unprecedented phenomenon. Dr. Elena Marcus, a neuroscientist specializing in REM sleep patterns, found herself at the center of this growing mystery. Her initial skepticism transformed into fascination when she discovered unusual brainwave activity during these dreams. Unlike typical REM cycles, these episodes exhibited quantum fluctuations never before recorded in human consciousness. The pattern suggested synchronization not just within individual brains but across vast distances. People on opposite sides of the planet were experiencing these visions simultaneously, down to the microsecond. More disturbing was the fact that some subjects began developing physical symptoms, subtle changes in eye pigmentation matching descriptions of alien beings from their dreams, and unexplained knowledge of complex mathematical formulas. Dr. Marcus assembled an international team of experts spanning multiple disciplines, including quantum physicists, neurobiologists, and anthropologists. They established a state-of-the-art research facility in Geneva, equipped with advanced neural imaging technology capable of capturing brain activity at unprecedented resolutions. Initial studies revealed that during these dream states, certain regions of the brain associated with spatial awareness and memory processing exhibited hyperactivity while others, typically active during normal dreaming, remained dormant. This suggested that these experiences might represent an entirely new form of consciousness rather than traditional dreaming. The team also documented cases where subjects demonstrated enhanced cognitive abilities upon waking, solving complex puzzles faster or recalling minute details of their everyday lives with photographic precision. These findings raised ethical questions about whether humans were naturally evolving toward this multidimensional awareness or if external forces were somehow triggering these changes. As weeks turned into months, the dreams evolved from passive observation to active participation. Subjects reported communicating with inhabitants of these worlds through telepathic means, learning about civilizations millions of light years away. A pattern emerged. Each world faced existential threats, from environmental collapse to invasive species threatening their ecosystems. Strangely, these civilizations possessed technologies and knowledge that could potentially solve Earth's own crises, creating an unprecedented opportunity for interdimensional collaboration. Governments worldwide scrambled to establish protocols for documenting and analyzing these experiences, while religious institutions debated whether this was divine intervention or something else entirely. The complexity of these interactions grew exponentially. Dreamers began describing entire social structures and philosophical systems radically different from anything known to human civilization. One recurring theme involved societies that existed in harmony with their environments through technological symbiosis rather than domination. These civilizations had developed ways to manipulate fundamental forces of nature without causing ecological imbalance, achieving sustainable development on scales unimaginable to contemporary Earth scientists. Particularly intriguing were accounts of educational systems based on direct neural knowledge transfer rather than traditional learning methods, allowing individuals to master complex skills instantaneously. These revelations sparked intense debates about the direction of human progress and whether current societal paradigms were fundamentally flawed. The breakthrough came when Dr. Marcus's team developed a neural interface capable of recording and translating these dream sequences into coherent data streams. The resulting images revealed structures and organisms defying known laws of physics and biology. Some creatures existed simultaneously in multiple dimensions, their forms shifting depending on the observer's perspective. Others demonstrated abilities suggesting mastery over fundamental forces of nature. Most intriguing were the artifacts, devices, and buildings incorporating principles of mathematics and engineering far beyond human comprehension. These revelations forced humanity to reconsider its place in the universe, challenging centuries-old assumptions about evolution, consciousness, and the very nature of reality. The neural interface technology opened new avenues of research, allowing scientists to analyze dream content in real time. They discovered that the visual information processed during these experiences contained mathematical patterns corresponding to higher-dimensional geometries. Certain structures appeared to fold space-time in ways that contradicted Einsteinian physics, suggesting the existence of additional spatial dimensions accessible only through altered states of consciousness. The team also identified what they termed resonance frequencies, specific combinations of electromagnetic waves and neural oscillations that seemed to facilitate dimensional crossover. This finding led to the development of experimental devices capable of inducing controlled dream states in laboratory settings. The results varied significantly between individuals and carried potential risks of psychological instability. Public reaction ranged from ecstatic enthusiasm to paralyzing fear. New Age communities embraced the phenomenon as proof of universal consciousness, organizing dream-sharing sessions and attempting to consciously access these realms. Meanwhile, conspiracy theorists claimed government agencies were manipulating people's minds through experimental technology. The scientific community divided into factions, some advocating immediate exploitation of alien knowledge while others warned of potential catastrophic consequences. Amidst this chaos, a small group of dreamers began reporting something even more unsettling. They could feel the emotions and pain of these distant civilizations, creating an unprecedented ethical dilemma about intervention versus observation. Media coverage intensified as major news outlets dedicated entire segments to the phenomenon. Talk shows featured panels of scientists, philosophers, and spiritual leaders debating the implications of these discoveries. Social media exploded with hashtags like #DreamRealities and #DimensionalContact, with users sharing their experiences and interpretations. Some entrepreneurs attempted to capitalize on the trend, marketing products claiming to enhance dream recall or induce cross-dimensional awareness. However, these efforts often proved controversial, with several companies facing lawsuits for making unsubstantiated claims about their product's effectiveness. Public discourse became increasingly polarized, with some viewing the phenomenon as humanity's greatest opportunity for advancement, while others saw it as a dangerous breach of natural boundaries. The dreams intensified during what became known as the Quantum Month, when nearly 40% of the global population experienced these visions nightly. Researchers identified specific temporal windows when the barrier between dimensions seemed thinnest, correlating with celestial alignments and solar activity. During these periods, the dreams achieved such clarity that many subjects struggled to distinguish them from waking reality. Some individuals developed phantom sensations, feeling extra limbs or sensory organs described in their dreams. Others manifested temporary abilities like enhanced perception or brief telekinetic events. Medical facilities reported increased cases of dissociative identity disorder. Though most patients maintained complete awareness of their primary identity, while experiencing these phenomena. The intensity of these experiences varied significantly among individuals. Some reported gentle, almost meditative connections with alien worlds, while others endured terrifying encounters with hostile entities or witnessed apocalyptic scenarios unfolding across dimensions. Psychologists noted that the emotional impact of these dreams often correlated with the dreamer's mental state and life circumstances. Those experiencing significant personal challenges tended to encounter more distressing visions, while individuals in stable, positive situations reported predominantly uplifting experiences. This observation led to new theories about the role of emotional resonance in dimensional contact and raised questions about whether human consciousness actively shaped these encounters or merely passively observed them. Through careful analysis of the dream content, scientists reconstructed maps of several alien worlds with astonishing accuracy. One planet, designated Dream Alpha, featured oceans of liquid light and floating islands held aloft by anti-gravitational fields. Its inhabitants, known as the Luminari, communicated through complex patterns of bioluminescence and harmonic resonance. Another world, Dream Omega, hosted crystalline forests where trees grew downward toward the planet's core, drawing energy from its molten heart. These civilizations operated on timescales incomprehensible to humans, with lifespans measured in millennia and technological progress occurring through collective consciousness rather than individual innovation. Detailed studies of these worlds revealed sophisticated social structures and philosophical systems. The Luminari, for instance, had developed a form of governance based entirely on consensus achieved through direct neural linkage, eliminating the need for traditional political institutions. Their society functioned as a single organism, with individual members contributing specialized functions while maintaining complete awareness of the whole. On Dream Omega, researchers observed a fascinating adaptation where citizens could temporarily merge their consciousness with the planet's crystalline network, accessing collective memories and knowledge spanning thousands of years. These discoveries challenged fundamental assumptions about individuality and free will, suggesting alternative models for human social organization that emphasized unity and interconnectedness over competition and hierarchy. The most shocking revelation came when researchers discovered mathematical constants embedded within the dreams matched those found in string theory equations. This suggested the dream worlds weren't merely distant planets, but parallel dimensions existing alongside our own, separated by infinitesimal dimensional shifts. Quantum physicists working with the dream data formulated new theories about multidimensional consciousness, proposing that human minds might naturally possess the ability to perceive these realms under certain conditions. The implications were staggering. If true, it meant the human brain was far more sophisticated than previously understood, capable of perceiving and processing information across dimensional boundaries without technological assistance. Further analysis revealed that these mathematical constants formed intricate patterns resembling fractals, suggesting a fundamental underlying structure to reality that transcended conventional three-dimensional space. Some researchers proposed that human consciousness might naturally resonate with these patterns, explaining why certain individuals could access dimensional information more readily than others. This led to groundbreaking work in neural mapping, identifying specific brain regions that appeared to act as antennae for dimensional signals. Studies showed that meditation, certain psychoactive substances, and specific sound frequencies could enhance this receptivity, though results varied widely among test subjects. These findings sparked intense debate about whether this capability represented latent human potential or an emerging evolutionary trait. As understanding deepened, practical applications emerged. Engineers reverse-engineered basic versions of alien technologies, leading to breakthroughs in sustainable energy production and environmental restoration. Medical researchers adapted healing techniques observed in dream civilizations, achieving unprecedented success in treating previously incurable diseases. However, these advances came at a cost. Many dreamers reported experiencing profound loneliness upon waking, missing the sense of unity and purpose they felt in these other worlds. Psychologists documented rising rates of depression and anxiety among frequent dreamers, who struggled to reconcile their expanded consciousness with mundane reality. The phenomenon created a growing divide between those who experienced the dreams and those who didn't. The psychological impact extended beyond individual experiences, affecting social dynamics and relationships. Couples reported feeling disconnected when one partner regularly accessed dimensional realms while the other did not. Workplace productivity fluctuated as employees struggled to maintain focus after nights spent exploring alien worlds. Schools faced challenges accommodating students whose expanded awareness made traditional learning methods seem inadequate. Mental health professionals developed specialized treatment programs combining traditional therapy with guided dimensional exploration, helping individuals integrate their experiences constructively. Despite these challenges, many argued that the benefits outweighed the drawbacks, pointing to unprecedented advancements in science, medicine, and environmental sustainability. Through coordinated efforts between dreamers, measurable effects began manifesting in both dimensions. Groups focusing on specific problems in the dream worlds witnessed corresponding changes in their own reality. Forests regenerated faster, water purification systems improved efficiency, and atmospheric cleansing technologies advanced exponentially. This cross-dimensional influence suggested that the barriers between worlds weren't just perceptual, but fundamentally interactive. Governments worldwide established international research facilities combining neuroscience, quantum physics, and traditional scientific disciplines to study and harness this capability. Ethical debates raged about the moral implications of influencing other civilizations' development paths. The realization that human actions and dreams could affect physical reality led to the establishment of strict protocols governing dimensional interaction. International treaties defined acceptable practices, prohibiting attempts to manipulate alien societies or exploit their resources. Specialized training programs prepared selected individuals for conscious dimensional exploration, emphasizing responsible behavior and cultural sensitivity. Despite these precautions, unauthorized experiments continued, with rogue organizations attempting to weaponize dimensional technology. These activities occasionally caused localized reality distortions, manifesting as temporary disruptions in physical laws or unexplained phenomena in affected areas. The situation highlighted the urgent need for global cooperation in managing this unprecedented capability. Security concerns escalated when classified documents revealed that military organizations had been secretly experimenting with weaponizing the dream technology. Certain frequencies and patterns discovered in the dreams showed potential for disrupting neural activity across dimensions. While officially denied, rumors persisted of covert operations attempting to manipulate alien populations through their shared dream states. This led to international treaties regulating dream research and establishing protocols for peaceful interaction with other dimensions. However, shadow organizations continued unauthorized experiments, creating rifts in the dimensional fabric that occasionally manifested as localized reality distortions on Earth. These unauthorized activities raised serious concerns about the stability of dimensional barriers. Scientists documented instances where repeated interference caused permanent changes in local physics, creating zones where gravity behaved unpredictably or time flowed at different rates. Environmentalists warned that such disturbances could have catastrophic consequences for both Earth's ecosystem and neighboring dimensions. Activist groups formed to monitor and report suspicious activities, using crowdsourced data to track anomalies and pressure governments to enforce regulations more strictly. Meanwhile, legitimate researchers worked to develop countermeasures against dimensional manipulation, focusing on strengthening natural barriers and developing early warning systems for potential breaches. The dreams began revealing historical sequences, showing how these civilizations evolved and interacted across eons. Some displayed evidence of previous attempts at dimensional contact, suggesting that humanity wasn't the first species to develop this capability. Ancient civilizations on Earth might have possessed similar abilities, lost to time and misinterpreted as mythological experiences. Archaeological findings suddenly made sense in this new context. Temple alignments matching dream coordinates, cave paintings depicting impossible geometries seen in alien landscapes, and megalithic structures resonating with frequencies identified in the dream studies. This realization sparked renewed interest in prehistoric cultures and their potential connection to multidimensional awareness. Researchers launched extensive archaeological expeditions, re-examining ancient sites through the lens of dimensional theory. They discovered previously overlooked patterns in megalithic architecture that precisely matched mathematical constants identified in dream research. Analysis of ancient texts revealed references to spirit journeys and otherworldly communion that aligned remarkably well with modern accounts of dimensional contact. Linguists identified similarities between symbolic languages used by various ancient cultures and the communication patterns observed in dream worlds. These findings suggested that human consciousness might have naturally cycled through periods of heightened dimensional awareness throughout history, possibly influenced by celestial alignments or geological factors that temporarily enhanced neural receptivity. As more people participated in the dreaming phenomenon, unexpected social changes emerged. Traditional concepts of nationality and cultural identity blurred as individuals formed connections based on shared dream experiences rather than geographic proximity. New art forms developed, inspired by alien aesthetics and multidimensional perspectives. Music incorporated harmonics and rhythms derived from dream-world sounds, while visual artists created works that seemed to shift when viewed from different angles. Education systems adapted to include dimensional studies, teaching children to navigate and interpret their dream experiences constructively. The global economy shifted focus from material goods to experiential and consciousness-based services, reflecting humanity's expanding understanding of value and reality. This cultural transformation extended into every aspect of society. Fashion designers drew inspiration from alien biology, creating garments that changed color and shape in response to their wearers' emotions. Architects began designing buildings that incorporated multidimensional principles, creating spaces that felt larger on the inside than they appeared externally. Virtual reality developers collaborated with dream researchers to create immersive experiences that simulated dimensional travel, providing controlled access to these realms for therapeutic and educational purposes. Businesses specializing in consciousness enhancement and dimensional navigation coaching emerged, offering services ranging from guided dream exploration to neural optimization programs. These changes reflected a fundamental shift in human values, with increasing emphasis placed on inner development and expanded awareness over material accumulation. The culmination arrived when researchers successfully mapped the dimensional nexus points, locations on Earth where the barrier to other dimensions naturally thinned. These sites, often corresponding to ancient sacred grounds, became centers for controlled exploration and interaction. Advanced technology combined with trained dreamers allowed for limited physical crossover, though only for short durations. Initial exchanges involved sharing medical knowledge and environmental solutions, leading to rapid advancements in both dimensions. The experience profoundly affected participants, who returned with altered perceptions of time, space, and consciousness. Philosophers proposed that humanity was evolving into a new stage of existence, transcending traditional biological limitations through multidimensional awareness. These nexus points revealed themselves to be complex energy matrices responding to specific combinations of geological, astronomical, and human consciousness factors. Researchers developed sophisticated monitoring systems to track dimensional activity at these locations, discovering that they pulsed with varying intensity according to predictable cycles. Temporary facilities established at these sites facilitated controlled experiments in dimensional crossover, yielding valuable data about the nature of reality and consciousness. Participants in these experiments reported experiencing profound personal transformations, often describing their return to normal reality as viewing the world through entirely new eyes. Many spoke of gaining deep insights into the interconnectedness of all things and developing heightened intuitive abilities that persisted long after their dimensional journeys ended. Today, the phenomenon continues to unfold, with new worlds appearing in dreams and old connections deepening. Humanity stands at the threshold of a new era, balancing the responsibilities of dimensional citizenship with the challenges of maintaining its own civilization. The dreams serve as both bridge and mirror, reflecting back aspects of human nature previously hidden and offering glimpses of potential futures. As research progresses, one question remains paramount: are we discovering other worlds, or are we remembering places we've always known? The answer may redefine everything we understand about consciousness, reality, and our place in the multiverse. If you're ready to explore beyond the boundaries of your own mind, subscribe now and join the journey into dimensions unknown.